Welcome to the Taylor Doll School Halloween Carnival. Let's look around. There is underneath the jack-o'-lantern street light is a group of students and their family coming to the carnival. At the front of the group is Matt. He is in his marine dress uniform as a costume. Behind him is Lottie. She is dressed up as Anna from Frozen. And down here with them is Roland as a clown, and Rowena is a ballerina. They're just little kids, so we didn't put masks on them. And here is Gwendolyn in a beautiful red gown. And behind her is Amelia as a pretty white princess. Isn't that a pretty dress? Let's go around the back so you can see her pretty ermine cape. Isn't that pretty? Yes. And then over here, to greet them as they come, is Becky. She is a beautiful witch in her pretty black dress with a shimmery cape and a silver cummerbund. She has a broom. And her hat is not the usual pointy hat, but a black straw hat with crow feathers, raven feathers in it. Beside her, on some hay bales, is a pumpkin and her black kitty cat. Oh, and here's a bushel basket of apples. On this side of her, she has her cauldron and a pumpkin and a big spider, her pet spider. But there's another spider up here on the wall. Now let's go look in through the doorway. We see there is Lucy. She is the Queen of Hearts. We'll look around the other way and see if we can see her better. See, around here. You see? Here, let's move David out of the way a little bit so you can see her in her lovely red dress with hearts all over it and her pretty crown on her head. Put a sparkly web drape over the books in the school book shelf, and over here on this one too. And here is a photo booth. We've got this is Fiona as Alice in Wonderland, and then we'll go over here on this side so you can see Edward. He is Harry Potter. And then David here on his stilts is the cameraman with his Polaroid and his regular camera. Here you can see a better picture of Fiona and Edward as Alice in Wonderland and Harry Potter. And here to go along with Alice in Wonderland is Pearl. She's dressed up as the White Rabbit with her cape and her watch. And then over here we have Howdy Doody. He's dressed up in his favorite costume. He is Daniel Boone. His fur coonskin cap and his rifle, and there's apples for bobbing for apples. And here waiting their turn is a cheetah. That's Spencer dressed up as a cheetah. And Zeezrom is a sailor. And behind them is the school pets. There's a turtle and a couple of guinea pigs. And then over here, these kids are trying to bite the apples that are, the donuts that are hanging from a string. Here's Nanette. Isn't she a fun Halloween clown? Yeah. And there's her treat bag just sitting on a hay bale beside her. And this is Grant. Grant is a knight in flaming armor. And over on here is his bag and his sword. Oh, and here is Heber. His favorite costume is Superman. He loves dressing up as Superman. And then this is Diane. She is helping supervise this one. in her pretty fall outfit of her felt circle skirt. Not all felt circle skirts were pink with poodles on them. As you can see, hers is sparkly orange with leaves scattered on it. She has orange bobby socks and black and orange saddle Oxfords. The orange scarf in her hair, and around her neck is a ribbon with sparkly pom-poms on the end. Then the real girls had velvet ribbons with little tiny corks on the end that they stuck teeny tiny sequins in with pins. They were a lot of fun. And then over here is the Spook Alley. And here is Albert, dressed up as a cowboy. And Florence is a pioneer girl. Only she doesn't have a bonnet on. She just has a straw hat and her pretty dress. They're going to go in the Spook Alley. And here's a skeleton that's waiting to greet them in. But there's Edison. He's dressed up as a scarecrow. And over there is Danny. He's a ghost. In among the other ghosts and skeletons in the Spook Alley. Oh, and there's a spider up on the top. You see that spider? And then over here we have to see. This is a placard telling people which way the different activities are. The fish pond and the refreshments and the Spook Alley and the donuts on a string and bobbing for apples and the photo booth. Here at the refreshment table is Camilla. She's a pretty white fairy. They're got a fun little flower she's holding. And beside her is Genevieve. Genevieve is a little blue fairy. They're going to have some refreshments. And here is Charlene. Charlene is little Bo Peep. Can you see her sheep on her arm? Yeah. And this is Nellie. She's Little Red Riding Hood. That's her favorite costume. She likes dressing up as Little Red Riding Hood. And they're going to have some refreshments. Let's see what kind of refreshments they have. They have Witch's Brew Punch, caramel apples, chocolate frosted donuts, assorted cookies, and those are real cookies, and M&M candies. Oh, and there's a jack-o'-lantern on some stack of books as a centerpiece. Oh, and here's some paper plates that look like jack-o'-lanterns. Also waiting at the treatment table is Nephi. He's a pirate with a peg leg. He's got a sword, a patch over his eye, and a parrot on his shoulder. He looks fun. And then back here is Jacob. He's the fire-eating dragon. Yeah, we'll go around this way so you can see the back of him. See, he's a fire-eating dragon. He's got a front curl tail. Yeah, that's his fun there. And then over here is the fish pond. And Gretchen here is kind of helping with that one. Here is Leslie. She has a hold of the fishing pole, hoping to get a treat from in there. And beside her is James. James is a teddy bear. Well, let's take a look over here. Behind there, you can see Yvette. Can you see Yvette? She is helping with the treats. And there's fun things they have for the treats that go in the basket. And then here, last but not least, is Imogene. Imogene is dressed up as Heidi. And she's over here at this basket that says candy bars. Take one. And there's lots of different kinds of candy bars. Tricks and M&Ms and Hershey's and Mounds. Just lots of different candy bars for them to choose from. Did you get to go to a Halloween party this year? Or a trunk or treat? Or are you going to go trick-or-treating in your neighborhood? I hope you had a fun Halloween and not a scary one. Halloween is for pretending and for having lots of